Miya Marcano's body was found today, this morning. God rest her soul. And I send healing to her family. This is a beautiful light that has been taken out of this world. But at the same time, we have to take what is given to us, which is the resolve of knowing that God has Mia's light. Miya was guiding me through the reading. For her reading to be that strong, as I had said, I did feel this was coming. I want to go over the report. I feel sometimes it's very hard for people to just hear a news report and not really, the reporter doesn't even know who we're looking for or what it's about. So it's a cold feeling. But she was found 18 miles from where I had said. So my track record is that I'm getting within 33 miles of the person. I believe it was 21 for Gabby Petito and 18 now for Miya. They do communicate with me. They want to be found. The reason they always come to me is for their family. They pass over and then they're desperate to make sure that the family knows that they're safe, that they're loved, that they're with the family. They don't leave. They're with the family. Miya is with her family now. The family now knows this. They can rest assured that this monster that has done this is not continuing to harm her. That in a blink of an eye, Miya's beautiful spirit just is free to roam with us and to be with us and to be with her mother, to be with her father, to be with her family, and give them comfort to know that she's going to do beautiful things to help others find missing people. Her legacy leads us forward, knowing that with the help of family and friends, we can find these missing girls. I think a lot of things are going to change about how keys are issued, first of all, because of the maintenance key being used. I do feel that her light, the experience I had with her energy was so beautiful. You know, it was bubbly and it was sassy and it was bright and it was just precious, and she's still that spirit now. Yes, Vanessa, I don't like being right, but this is what I'm put on the planet for, so I accept it. I don't I do not personally see death the way a lot of people do. And so it can come off sometimes, I feel that I just assume someone's dead. Well, I'll tell you, when I start doing readings, it's usually because the energy of the person that's passed is commingling with mine to get me to bring resolve. And so the difference between doing a reading on someone living is that that person is not seeking me out. And so it's very difficult to do those kind of readings. So when everybody says, can you do a Brian dirty laundry reading? I can, and he could be under protection and I could be sent the wrong way. And so I don't care for those readings as much. But when I get somebody like Gabby, or in this case, Miya, and that light is shining so bright to me, like when I go to bed at night, I sat up twice last night in my bed because I thought I left a light on in the hall. Like I would look and it was pitch black in my room, and I'd be like, okay, and I'd lay down on my pillow, and I always face my other wall, and I'd be like, I swear there's a light on, and I'd open my eyes, and out of my peripheral vision, I think I saw light glowing, so I'd turn real quick, and I'm like, no. So I did suspect that she was going to show her location. The cards did show that family and law enforcement would find her as a reading yesterday. I still felt a third energy involved, and we'll get into that at a later date. I don't want to muddle this time frame with suspects and such. I just want to embrace her beauty. She was gonna do some beautiful things with her life, and she wants everybody to know she still is. Her family knows she will. She will be able to shine that light in ways that help so many people. And that was her end game. She wanted to help people. And I believe she helped me to really understand that no matter what, even when nobody was paying attention when I was reading about Maya, really, I knew she wanted me to do the reading. And I knew it would come quicker if I did the reading. So I was trying to bring resolve, and I hope I helped. So I am going to go into this part. Yes, what a beautiful light. What a wonderful, wonderful young lady. I am going to now share with you, I believe this is WFTV, Channel 9, ABC News. And it says, body of missing woman Miya Marcano found, sheriff says. October 2nd, 2021 at 1:26 p.m. Orange County, Florida reports. WFTV has confirmed that the body of Miya Marcano has been found near a troubled condominium complex in Orange County. Sheriff John Mina said during a press conference on Saturday. Forensics investigators have surrounded the timber scan by the lake condos where the 19-year-old was discovered dead just over a week after her disappearance. Now I checked, that's 18 miles from the Sable Point Reserve, so that's about it. I can get within 20 miles of your loved one if they've passed. That's what the cards are showing me. And to me, for those doubters that say, well, you're way off and, you're not helping, let me tell you, if you've ever been where you don't know where your loved one is in the United States or the world, and somebody said they're within 20 miles of here, you can find them. So I don't listen to the doubters. I listen to the supporters, and I have a lot of them because we are doing good. Even if it's just a fluke that we're getting this close, we're still getting her face out there. How many times when people watch the videos, how many times when we share things, are we getting that individual's missing face out there? So it goes on to say, investigators believe that the maintenance worker at Orange County Complex, the Arden Villas, used a master key fob on September 24th to break into her apartment and abduct her. That man, Armando Caballero, was found dead on September 27th, which now we know he hung himself. We didn't know that at the reading, but the cards did say that. In apparent suicide. See, they use the word apparent. I don't get that. I get that he may have hung himself after something went wrong with the third party. Goes on to say, Armando Caballero was found dead on September 27th at a different apartment complex in Seminole County in apparent suicide. Since then, investigators have been searching across Orange, Seminole, and Volusia counties. I might not be saying the names right of the counties. It says, Arden Villas, the complex where Miya Marcano was last seen alive, released a lengthy statement regarding the hiring of Caballero. They said all potential employees are vetted through a national background check service provider and that no records of either burglary or sexual assault were found on Caballero's background. So, whenever I'm working on a case, I always seem to be led to the next case while working on a case. So while I was embracing Mia's case, I was being given a direction to go next, which is Daniel Robinson. And I feel just as Gabby helped with Summer I feel like the spirits always pay it forward. You helped find me, I'll help you find the next person. And that's a beautiful thing I wasn't expecting. Finding missing people wasn't what I did. I still work on soul work, your highest path. I was thrown into this finding missing person. It started for me with a phone call from a friend who was like, "You do readings all the time, and I know for a fact you're straight up. I've been there. I know for a fact your readings are on." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And they're like, "We have a missing child that I know of." And this was real time. There was nothing with YouTube about it. "And this child is missing. Can you help find her?" And I'm like, "I don't even know how the cards would show that." And they're like, "Can you just try?" And I said, "Yes." And an hour later, I explained who the child was with because the cards had told me the child was with their grandmother and the child was safe and protected, and that there was a reason that this was being kept from the person seeking this child, and that the person seeking this child legally was not to have contact with this child, and that that's why this was occurring. So, turned out I was right, 1,000%. Then it wasn't a week later, I got a call from another individual. They had heard about this and they wanted to know if I could find two young missing teens in our area within 35 minutes of me by a card reading. And I said, "Well, I will try." And I came back and I said, "This is so strange. It says these two kids are riding around in a car in the area that they're being searched for, and they're perfectly fine." Like it's a little bit of a, like, want to be Bonnie and Clyde, but they're not really doing anything wrong. But they're in a car and they're joyriding. And it was less than 24 hours that I was contacted by the detective who informed me search parties lifted up their head and started looking around at cars. And sure enough, they were spotted and they were brought home safe and sound. So that made me really take a thought process as to how much the divine was trusting me with. Because if I walked away and didn't use this gift, I felt like there might be missed opportunities. So I went online and I started 1111 Tarot. And the day I started it, I was just here to help people through the dark night of the soul, which is when you begin to question what you're here for and what your higher path is. And I still work very solid on that. But in that, it has grown into this beautiful relationship with lights that brighten my world, like Gabby Petito and Mia, and now Daniel. And Summer Wells was still with me. Summer Wells comes to me quite often. I do feel she has passed very strongly. And I I always am brought the most beautiful spirits. I used to be worried that I could get attacked by a bad spirit, but God put so much protection over me. I have to live my life the way I do, where I protect my energy. All my friends and my boss and everybody know me as who you're seeing. They legitimately know me as me. I'm this way in real life all the time. And I think that the authenticity that I had to become by just aligning myself properly is what we all have to get to. We have to be authentic with who we are. Like I used to think, "Oh my God, I'm going to go on YouTube. I need to go get makeup on. I need to do my hair pretty. I need to look perfect." And sure, I'll do that for what I call a headshot for the little thumbnails. But you know what? It is what it is. We're real people. Um, so I'm going to come up to topside and we'll talk. But first, I just want to say a little prayer with everybody that's willing to do so. So I'm going to grab my bell and we're going to join a grateful prayer for bringing Mia, Mia home to us. So, Miya Marcano, we want to always be grateful when we're given a gift like this. And though it's bittersweet, not knowing ever what happened to this beautiful soul would have left us tortured. Um, and I don't think a lot of people could have lived with that. So the divine brought her home, and we want to be grateful. All right, guys. So if you have headphones on, I recommend slipping them off. I'm going to go ahead and ring this bell 3 times. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, all my ancestors, all Mia's ancestors, we humbly thank you. We are so grateful for the blessings that you have gifted to us to bring Mia home to her beautiful, loving family, to allow them to give this child the burial that she deserves, to honor her spirit, to have the resolve and the healing knowing that she is with them always, that she is with their light, and she will light and inspire so many beautiful women on this planet. Her light will forever shine for us as a path, and we are grateful for the humble blessing of bringing the resolve to us. Thank you personally for allowing me to be as close as I was, to know that her energy was trying her best to show me what it was, where she was. I offer myself up as a conduit for the messages of those that are lost, those that need the voice, that I may continue to help those that need. I thank you for the blessings of those that support me, that we are one big family and we gain the protection from spiritual and from material weapons, that they shall not harm us in any way. We're all grateful for the blessings. Thank you for bringing Mia home. All right, guys, I just wanted to do that as a family because in order for us to really understand where the message comes from, it's not from me. I don't know where she is. I said Sable Point. The cards were saying wooded area and stuff of this nature and trying. But again, 18 miles is doable. So, all right, I'm going to come up here. And hi, Chelsea. Thank you, love. It's hard to see the chat because it likes to disappear. So I'm going to see if I've got Sherry Collins. Thank you, Danny, for your spiritual gifts that you can help this family. Thank you. Hello, Joyoidi. Hi. And Emma, thank you. Emma Austin's been with me a while. Martha. Aw, thank you. I know, Vanessa. Vanessa points out that when I was doing the dirty laundry readings, I would say Lowry and be like, what is that? And then, boom, we have a man that has passed away 8 miles from Jackson Hole during the last week of August named Robert Lowry. So that's what I mean about paying it forward. It's almost like Gabby was showing me the Robert Lowry thing, and I didn't know it. I thought it was a fluke. But then again, when I channel, I don't always know I'm channeling. Sometimes I think it's just something that blurts out. And I'm like, where'd that come from? Like when I was doing Mia's reading and I got that death card and I'm like, ah. And then I'm like, oh, because I didn't want to tell everybody that she was showing me, you know. Hey, Nan's Life. Aw, thank you. She says, I do good using my gift. Thank you. SC says they'll be right back. No, SC, she wasn't found at Sable Point. She was found 18 miles from Sable Point. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Being within, 30 miles of Gabby, I think it was 21 something, being 18 miles away. Regardless, for me, the cards showed what they showed, and they get people on the ground in those areas. And so if my loved one was missing and somebody was like, they're within 30 miles of this location, I would be like, thank you. And I would find them. I would. So I take what the divine, and I feel like we're getting, now that I'm understanding how the gift works better with your help and your energy, supporting that and getting it stronger, I feel like we're getting closer and closer. Does it help me find Brian? Not that much, because Brian is living. Brian doesn't want to be found, and it's his free will. So I have to focus on, when I do Brian readings, like when I was focused on Lowry's reading, he was showing me a secluded island. When I got done with the reading, Robert Lowry had shown me the Bahamas. I don't know if that means where Brian Laundrie went. I don't know. But I was shown the Bahamas. I find that very strange because I was literally shown it like I was about that inspirational peak and or point, whatever that was, and then the hidden waterfall where if you look, the hidden waterfall, it goes down like this, and then it's a stream, and it's literally not very far away from the Snake River, the dispersed campground. So I kind of feel like I'm being shown the Bahamas by Robert, not by Brian. Brian's blocking everything. I think he's sending me on wild goose chases where he's misdirecting his energy on purpose through spells. I really do. He's highly protected by some dark negative energies. Vanessa, when I was about 3 years old, 4 years old, I started realizing I was, like having memories where I could remember yesterday. And it was just already a part of me. I was healing my grandmother's back a lot, and helping her work through medical problems with my hands. And I could heal, and I still can. I've healed friends. I've healed their children while they were in the ER, and I really have. And then I started noticing, I guess, but I was scared of them for a while because people had taught me that to tap into spirituality was something that was of dark art when I was completely of light art. So I stayed away from it. But in 2017, the divine stepped into my life and gave me my life plan all at once. And I've been working it ever since. Do I know if heaven is real? I do not know exactly how to explain this, but heaven, okay, so what we know, the way that I've been shown, is that what we know is time and space does not exist. It's only in our own perception while we are asleep. When I say we are asleep, we are literally asleep in our waking world. This is all a dream, if you will, of life lessons that we experience. And when we fully wake up from this dream, we will be in our real self, which we cannot mentally understand at this point what that means. But we will have survived narcissism by understanding the root is how we stop narcissism. So identity crisis is being taught to us that when we don't treasure what we have and we don't allow an individual to express itself, identity crisis is set up in a narcissistic way and they disconnect from reality. And that's when they can do very wicked things because they don't see this as real. They don't. So when they're committing crimes, they're playing video games, for lack of a better way to express it, in their mind, and they don't really understand that they're taking a life on the level that we do. They're not connected. So they're going through a mental psychosis of they step into a void, which is they're out of reality, which is a real place. Like the void is a real place. And there's heaven, there's mid-heaven, there's the material realm, and then there's this void. And when these individuals step into the void, there's entities such as fear, guilt, that will prey onto them, and they will feel so desperate for light, to feel good, like they'll see someone feeling good and they want to possess the light. And so they try to steal the light from that person and they try to keep it for themselves, but they can't. So there is a heaven, and it's hard to explain, but it's a real place. It's a real place of, at the same time, at the same space. It's not a waiting game. Like you can step into heaven while you're in the flesh, in a sense, because you're with the Holy Ghost. And so your transition to heaven when you leave this meat suit will be real. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to get a message. Thank you, Emma. Who found her? I do not know now who found her, Black Butterfly, but according to the cards last night, and we may not know at this point, I don't know. But the cards had the Three of Pentacles, and I believe the Divine, the Four of Wands, the Four of Wands. I'd have to review, but I do remember it. The cards were predicting it would be of the authorities and the divine working with family. So that's what was given. So I believe it was their prayer, to be honest, is what found them. And I'm just so happy that Miya found her family and they found her. I know that sounds so strange, but like I said, I feel Miya. I feel energy. So I haven't lost anything. I've gained something because her spirit is so bright. I've gained the blessing on the honor of knowing her light and feeling it. And I also know that she is with family. And the family can rest. Vanessa says, my solar plexus was vibrating when I looked at Bahamas. Strange feeling in my gut. Yeah. So Robert Lowry is the one that showed me Island of Solitude. And then I got off the reading, and I still meditate after my reading while I shuffle and clean up my well, I use this little mat, which is my portal. It's my altar that I talk to God to. I use Great Spirit in the middle because it is the Holy Ghost, But so I was meditating, and I kept being shown, the Bahamas. And so I looked it up when I was done, and I saw it's right off of Florida, and it's very possible. I mean, why not Bahamas? Hi, Caitlin. How are you? I'm so happy I got on. I've been waiting. You are amazing. I think you guys are amazing. You guys are the ones that make me amazing. I mean, I'm nothing but a single mom here. So like I said, I just do what I'm guided to do. Lisa says, where is your info coming from? I have found nothing yet. Okay, Lisa, let me get it. I believe it was ABC. Let me get my phone and I'll tell you. How do I do that? Yes. So look up WFTV9 ABC and it'll give you the story. I believe it says body of missing woman, Miya Marcano found, sheriff says. Yeah. This morning, October 2nd, which is 10/2/2021. Let me mute that. So I'm so sorry for the bells and whistles. Maybe there's supposed to be bells and whistles. There we go. So yeah, this is stream. I could even hit this. We can listen to this if you guys want. Stream channel 9. Let's see what it says here. Live now. It's loading. It's buffering. Okay, let me go through looks like a commercial about somebody leaf blowing. It's 18-second long commercial just to get to the visual. But it does. I'll just give you a summary here. Let me go back. It says, forensic investigators have surrounded the timber SKAN by the lake condos where the 19-year-old was discovered dead just over a week after her disappearance. Investigators believe that the maintenance worker at an Orange County complex, the Arden Villas, used a master key fob on September 24th to break into her apartment and abduct her. That man, Armando Caballero, was found dead on September 27 at a different apartment complex in Semolia County in an apparent suicide. Since then, investigators have been searching across Orange, Semolia, and Volusia counties. Arden Villas, the complex where Miya Marcano was last seen alive, released a lengthy statement regarding the hiring of Caballero. So, 18 miles from Sable Point Reserve. I'll take it. Like I said, I don't have cards that have each little town in the United States there. I get a description of a location, and that is I think it was 21.7 miles or 20, yeah, something like that, 21 plus miles away from Gabby. And wow, if you go down the hidden waterfall, you're very close to where her body was found, right next to a stream, right next to Jenny Lake, just like everything said. And there was a lot of confirmation about how close we really were with Gabby. And again, with Miya, it's 18 minutes, or no, 18 miles actually, which is absurd to be that close. They, I'm still learning how to hone in, but with you guys' help, I think we can keep doing this and finding people. I really do. Hi, Becky. Okay. Black Butterfly, if you want to contact me, my email is rubberducky2005 at yahoo.com. All lowercase, all one word. It's RUBBERDUCKY. Well, why can't I just type it? Can I type while I'm on a live? Can I type in it? I wonder if I can do it from my phone over here. And see, I'm learning to do these lives, you guys. I just wanted to get on here and bring some closure for everyone regarding. I don't always like to have to read it in the news. I'd prefer, like, it was Jen Alba that brought it to my attention. They believe they have found her body. And then I, of course, then looked into it. Okay, let me see how I get on to a video here. I'm looking to find out if I can get on it. Just curious what all we can do. Well, I have some good news. So I used to teach tarot, and I took a breather from it for a while, but starting November 11th, you got it, I am going to be hosting Learning Tarot. So you can, you'll have to watch. I'll be putting links up in the description of videos. So I'll make a little invite for you. It does cost to join the group. It is not a free seminar. You will have 3 opportunities each week, including one where it's recorded in case you can't meet the 2 live meetings. It is a 4-week course. You get a certificate when you're done, and you can read your own cards after that. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can read the cards. Not everybody can read their own tarot. Lots of people can't. So, but it might be something that you're interested in. So you'll have to watch for that as we move ahead. And then I have a surprise for you guys from the 18th to the 24th, but I'm not going to tell you what it is until the 18th, okay? But I have a surprise for the channel. We've hit over 2,000 subscribers. Over 2,000. That's just more people that we can reach with these missing people. And more people to help us with feet on the ground, legitimately. Like when we start honing in to someone missing, the chances are the bigger crowd we have, the more people we would have in that area. And like yesterday, a kind viewer saw that I was saying that this could be the place, the Sable place, and her husband actually had the day off and was heading out to look in that position. So as we build this family, we're actually building boots on the ground. Now, I get my taxes, I believe, in February. So I'm taking my tax return and I'm going to throw it in my savings account because I don't need it right now. And I'm going to use it to pull from in cases where I feel like I should travel to the location to try and like literally boots on the ground like I have in the past here. Like Cassie Aon. Cassie Aon is one of the young women that went missing in my community 2 years ago. Now, a suspect has been charged, but her body has never been found. And so I have really tried hard to find her, but I have worked directly with her family, and we were boots on the ground, literally, up to our armpits and stickers and barns and stuff. We did that for quite a few days in a row trying to find her. And, I like to have my boots on the ground whenever I can. Yes, the cards are good, but sometimes getting on the ground, I can feel a certain direction better. Like it's more real to me. I don't know how to explain it. So that's what I plan on doing. But I want to thank you guys for sharing your energy with me. All right. So let's take that energy of knowing that Miya was brought home. That energy of being grateful for that. And let's find Daniel Robinson, right? So I'm going to go do a recording and I'm going to do my best to work with Daniel and see what the cards will tell us. And as a group, let's support his family because he was a geologist and has disappeared from work in June. I believe it was Arizona. Now he has one regular arm, but then the other arm, I believe it's cut off at the elbow or deformed at the elbow. He doesn't have another hand. He left his work site in the middle of work with some odd behavior. Later, his vehicle was found tipped over in the desert. Now, what's strange is the local authorities handed over all the evidence to the private investigator that the father of Daniel hired. When the private investigator was asked, is that normal for the police department to hand over all the evidence to a private investigator? The private investigator was adamant that in all his years he had never experienced anything like that. I don't know what that means, but what was so strange about Daniel, his clothing, his keys, his billfold, his phone, everything is found in his vehicle, tipped on its side, out in the area. And he's never heard from again. So, I hope that you'll join me for that reading this evening and support us focusing our energy on finding Daniel Robinson and say a prayer for Summer Wells, as well as we have I don't know, Michael Vaughn, I don't even know what to think on that. I've done a reading. I keep getting young energies like with a car, so I don't know what that is either. But let's focus our energy on finding those that we can. And I love you guys. Thank you for showing up for the live. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you all. Take care now.